Welcome to Little Bit Saga's kitchen. Today we're going to make Margarita Jello. This is going to be enough for an 8 by 8 dish or a 9 by 5 dish, and you can easily double this recipe for a 9 by 13 pan. So we're going to need Margarita Jello. It's made by Margaritaville, and you can usually get this at Walmart, and they only have it in the small box. You're going to need 1 cup of boiling water, a can or container of lemon lime soda, juice from 2 limes, a chopped apple, enough to equal 1 cup, a tablespoon of cornstarch, and an egg that has been cracked into a bowl. You're going to need to mix it, then measure out 2 tablespoons of that 1 egg. You're also going to use a Dole crushed pineapple. You can use any brand, but I've only seen it in the Dole brand for this small container. It's an 8-ounce container. You're going to need to drain it and save the liquid. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar, a 1/4 cup of regular white sugar, and 4 ounces of very soft cream cheese. Okay. So we've got our ingredients, and I'll say the quantities again as I mix them in. So I've got the small box of Margarita Jello, and I'm going to mix into that 1 cup of boiling water. You need to stir that well. Get the sugar all dissolved in there before you add anything else. Make sure here along the rim that you're working that in there also. Okay, usually I would mix this for up to a minute. Of course, I'm not going to do that right now, not quite as long, but in fact it feels like it's pretty much dissolved in there. So what I'm going to add to this is our 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice into our cup. Then I'm going to add, this is a diet lemon lime soda. You can add any brand of lemon lime soda. It could be diet or just regular soda. So I'm going to add that to my cup to measure out 1 cup. Let the bubbles go down so you can actually see how much you're getting in there. There we go, 1 cup. So I'm going to add that mixture to my gelatin. I'm going to mix it in. Foams up a little bit. Those will pretty much go away when you're chilling it. Okay, so we've got our gelatin mixture, and we're going to set this in the fridge until it starts to congeal. It'll be like lumpy and cold, and that'll be our first part. We're going to make this in 3 different sections, so it'll be different layers for your Margarita Jello. Okay, I'll see you in a bit when this is congealed, and I'll show you what's next. We're back. Our Jello has congealed quite a bit. I've stirred it up, but it's quite chunky. So now we're going to add half of our drained pineapple. So it'll be about 4 ounces. Just gonna scoop part of that out. Mix this in. We're also going to add our 1 cup of chopped apples. And this is all going to firm up again, so you don't need to worry about crushing your your Jello or making it too soft. This is going to be so fresh and delicious. You're going to be so surprised, and I'm sure that you will make it again and again, especially during the summertime. So, to our Jello, we've added 1 cup of our apples and half of our drained pineapple. We are just going to pour that into what will be our serving dish. Level that out, because when you put this back in your fridge, this is going to be what it hardens up like. Okay, smooth that all off, and we're set. We're ready for the fridge again. So I will see you back in just a few minutes when this gets hard. Hi, we're back. We're going to get a little jump ahead while our Jello mixture is in the fridge setting up, and we'll get that together. In a small saucepan, you're going to mix your 1/4 cup of white sugar and your 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. What you're really making here is a pudding, and you can get this pretty much made and cooling while that first layer of gelatin is getting set up. Okay, we've got our cornstarch and our white sugar mixed there. We're going to add our 1/2 cup of pineapple juice that was drained off of our can of pineapple. Let's stir that in. All that cornstarch in the liquid. You're going to add your 2 tablespoons of mixed egg. Stir that up. Now we're set. This is our pudding mixture. We're going to put it on the stove on a medium heat till it starts to barely bubble, stirring constantly. And then we're going to let it boil, or not boil, bubble at a lower heat for 1 minute. After that 1 minute, and your pudding looks like pudding, you're going to take it off the heat. You're going to cover it with some cling wrap. Once your pan has pretty much kind of got just to warm, not real hot, you can cover it with your cling wrap, and so it doesn't get a skin on it. Okay, then we'll be back with step 3. We're back. Our Jello has congealed 1 layer. Okay, it's very firm. Our pudding has cooled. I went ahead and put it into a bowl and put some saran wrap on the top so it could cool a little quicker for us. So move this. We're going to go ahead, put this on our Jello. Usually put it in little globs all around so it's be a little easier to spread. This is going to give you a little creamy layer between the Jello and the top. Okay. And just spread that around. It's such a little bit of the pineapple pudding that you really need to kind of work it, get it so that every bite has a little bit of this in it. It's going pretty quickly. Okay, so we're almost ready to mix up our top layer. Looks pretty good, don't you think? Okay, so off to the fridge with that, and we're going to mix up our top layer. I've mixed our 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, our 4 ounces that we had left of our crushed pineapple, and our 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. We're going to mix that up well. And the cottage or the cream cheese tastes so good with the pineapple. And then the margarita taste. It's just out of this world. Wait till you taste it. You know, my mother used to mix up a little salad, excuse me, a little salad that was real close to this. Of course, little bits of the ingredients were changed. She used to use a lemon jello, and it was just very popular with her friends and when little family get-togethers. Okay, so we have our cream cheese mixture, and we're going to leave that on the counter so it won't harden up, and wait till our pudding gets a nice firm layer on top of our jello. So we'll be right back for our final layer. We're back. We have our Margarita Jello mixture in the bottom of our container. We have a thin layer of our pudding on top of that, and it's firmed up. We've made our frosting, which is cream cheese pineapple mix. If your cream cheese mixture is just a little too thick, go ahead and water it down. If you have any pineapple juice left or a little bit of milk, but a tiny bit at a time. Just a little dribble and stir it up really good. What I usually do is just drop little bits around on the jello. That way you don't have one big glob that you're trying to spread around your gelatin. Okay, knife. I'm going to put that around. It's going on pretty easy. Just remember, nothing has to look perfect. Whatever you cook, nothing has to be perfection, because when people taste it and enjoy it, they're not going to care whether there was a little lump in the gravy or the frosting was thicker on one side of your cake. None of that makes too big of a difference. I know when I started cooking, I wanted everything to look perfect. Of course, everybody does, but in reality, that just barely happens to anybody. So just have fun when you're cooking, and you'll just enjoy it so much more. Okay. So our top layer is on our jello, and we're going to place this back in our fridge again, but we're going to let it firm up for at least 3 hours. And because you want that to be nice and firm, so you can slice it and put it on a plate and enjoy it. So we'll be back with our finished product, and I'll serve up a piece so you can see how it looks. We'll be back. We're back. Our apple margarita jello is done. Here's the first piece. It's refreshing, crunchy, creamy, everything that you'd want in each bite. I think if you try this, you're gonna love it, especially when it's hot outside, having a nice cool dinner, burgers, anything like that. And it's gonna be delicious. Everybody's gonna love it. That's it. We have finished, and we're gonna go and eat these now. Just remember to make it fun and easy.